we should be live. Hopefully, let me bring up the YouTube channel to see like, are we live right now? Because we should be live. Yes, we are
Is
live.
the sound transmitting from the Discord as well?
Awesome. Also, I started the recording. All right, let's go. I'm so excited. I'm so happy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Anime Social Nexus Digital Media Productions. I am one of the hosts, aka or Steve, and I am also here with.
Hey, I'm Crispy Bacon, or you could call me Bacon. I'm a guest and big-time Kingdom Hearts enthusiast ever since day one. And next is...
I'm Cyborg.
I am pretty...
We are all excited. I'm Cyborg, holder of a Keyblade. Multiple Keyblades. I'm so excited. Up next is...
I am Pretty Artsy Bro, and I am just recovering from Kingdom Hearts 3, but the trailer has definitely bring my hopes up a little bit. So I am also a Keyblade wielder myself. And all the way from 2007. So I'm really hoping that this Kingdom Hearts 4 really does bring all of our hopes up. Really hoping.
So here's the fun part.
I'm Sim, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, okay, Marshawn Lynch. So I just learned that I messed up the scene. I don't know why, but the scene is not playing live. It's just the Traverse Town. I need to figure out how to stop that. Maybe I can remove that. Is that going to work?
Is it just showing your background?
Please don't.
It's only showing the Traverse Town still. That's my current background.
I mean, that looks cool. Everybody loves Traverse Town.
Yes, please keep Traverse Town.
But it doesn't show our faces.
Yeah, but it doesn't show anything else.
It doesn't show anything else, so that's a fun technical difficulties.
Okay, let's roll it back then. We'll just pause. Also, let's also try to make sure the sound is transmitting as well. But we'll start with the visuals.
Oh, this is the fun. We're live. just having a good time.
Do you have a preview link for the live, by the way?
Huh?
Do you have a preview link for the live, by the way? Just so I can kind of see.
I just have the YouTube video up. Here we go. This is the fun. Streamers have it hard.
It's a lot. Mostly like you get like your base setup first. So once we figure this out, it'll be easier. All right, let me get up here.
Yep. But we have 4 people watching, so shout out to you 4. Hopefully you enjoy the sound of our voice as I try to figure out this scene. Why are you not working properly? That was no.
So,
oh, go ahead, Sim.
No, I was just going to say, while we're dealing with this technical difficulty, how many of us were surprised that D23 even mentioned the news that came out in regards to Kingdom Hearts? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I played the first one and the second one. Like I said, I'm here so that I don't get fined. But I know I was pleasantly surprised when they did announce it.
I was surprised with how much content was given, because it was mentioned like in Disney they were having stuff related to Kingdom Hearts, but I thought it was going to be like another, oh, here's another 10-second trailer. Now wait another year before we introduce something else, instead of everything that was just provided to us like recently.
Yeah.
It was rumored for a long time throughout the year that Kingdom Hearts was going to be in D23, and then I think within the beginning of like this summer, like it was officially confirmed that like Kingdom Hearts 4 was going to be in D23. Like I think around the time like Nintendo Direct like revealed the first trailer. So I had full confidence that like Kingdom Hearts 4 was going to be more details for Kingdom Hearts 4, but I mean, I've been a fan for a very, very long time, and after playing Kingdom Hearts 3, I have some bias against the series. and but like the trailer just really brought my hopes back up, and I'm a little excited for it. So we'll just see how things go from here. I'm really excited with what I saw. I really am. I really, really am. But I just want to stay quiet. And I just want to hear what everyone else has to say before I even have to say what I have to say.
So I was kind of surprised too, but in the way of like, oh, they dropped so much in a way that lets me like be like, oh, y'all aren't going to tease us for another 10 years? That's great. Actually, no, it has almost been 10 years, so never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
did come out
from 1 to 2 was about like
2017,
13
correct?
years.
For me, it was pleasant surprise in two ways. One, obviously, for the more like content, but two, it feels like there's a more stronger support, I think, for Kingdom Hearts overall. Whereas like before, it was kind of mostly just this, this IP that kind of had the tendency to sometimes get into development hell with some of the context. If you're like look into like how some of the development issues that happened with which caused Kingdom Hearts 3 to become the way it is. As opposed to like now, it seems like there might be like a much like wider spread support, and it kind of makes me also wonder like how that might interact also with the Square Enix IPs as well, and how much like support will be up from that side.
Are you referring to the other games? Because I know Kingdom Hearts also introduced like Final Fantasy, The World Knows With You.
Yeah. So like, there's like a lot like the Final Fantasy like IPs, and part of that is like, because I think the reason why Kingdom Hearts 3 had like basically a total absence of Final Fantasy stuff until like the follow up, I believe it was like a DLC. It was largely because of like some like IP related like issues and like how that was like interacting with like Kingdom Hearts 3's like development.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I also heard there was the same with licensing issues regarding Pixar, and that's why Kingdom Hearts 3 took as long as it did for it to actually come out.
Yeah, so hopefully that means that there's probably gonna be like a lot more like a stronger support, which usually means that there's like a lot stronger like communication. It's kind of like how, like for example, like a big thing that helps like the MCU, for example, is that there's such a strong like cornerstone support for like the Marvel like movie studios interacting with Marvel's like IP broadly, and that helps them actually like run through like a lot of communications and get things organized a lot better, which is why there's like no like IP issues, which as counterintuitive as it would sound, Marvel like cinema studios could actually get a lot of friction as far as like where like the handling of the IPs are concerned if it wasn't for that.
Right.
Yeah, I do remember like a lot of like a lot of finagling was going on with like PlayStation and not PlayStation, Sony and Nintendo was going on. And a majority of the Kingdom Hearts franchise is now with like Nintendo at the moment. And so that's why when we got the first trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 like as of this year, it was straight through Nintendo Direct, not from like PlayStation, not where we would normally get like most of our Kingdom Hearts games from. And a lot of people were freaking out. Oh, I guess we're getting Kingdom Hearts only for Nintendo then. But then when the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer like came out for D23, they started showing that like, oh, this is going to be in PlayStation, this is going to be in Xbox, this is going to be in Nintendo, this is going to be in Steam, confirming that like we can play it in other platforms, which is like a sigh of relief, because like I mean, this is like the console wars is still going to be nice and fresh despite everything that's kind of still going on right now. So I already knew that Kingdom Hearts like is still a very like very popular franchise where they're still going to play on other consoles. It's just that obviously the switch from having most of Kingdom Hearts' games from like PlayStation to now mostly Nintendo has definitely affected the franchise just a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be like a potential like non-exclusive for PlayStation, but if that's the case, that could also mean that Square Enix in general wants to like possibly split from using PlayStation exclusive even for like Final Fantasy stuff. Because I know they were like talking about that with how much of like they were kind of like disappointed with the sales for the Final Fantasy VII remake, the last for the iteration that they came out with, and they blame a lot of that from how the exclusivity license has been.
I thought they were. I thought they were kind of already like kind of distancing themselves from doing exclusivity with just PlayStation after
Well,
the
they
whole
are.
Final Fantasy
They
thing.
are it.
Right, they are
Hmm.
now, especially for like it's being announced that it's going to be cross-platformer, where like you can get on like Steam, like Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah,
Even though Xbox doesn't count.
I was about to
Xbox
say
does
I don't
not
know about
count.
Switch. Hopefully not Switch.
So good news, everyone. Through enough random clicking, I finally got our wonderful faces up. So
Oh yeah, there we are.
don't ask me how I did it. I'll
I
figure it out
was,
for the next live.
I was actually pulling I was like going, let me just pull up the live stream while we're talking, and I'm like going, why is Traverse Town still on there? But I guess we'll just still talk while we're at it.
Yep. So all right, so yeah. We actually just rolled straight into it. Just gotta say this. Forget Xbox, PlayStation until we die. Nintendo's a close second. Switch gang. Yeah. So as everybody, yep. As
Yeah.
everybody, God, I can't believe they went to Xbox. It trips me out so much.
I mean, the
I sold my
reaction
Xbox
button
recently.
being
Ashton knows what
Y
she's
still
doing.
blows my mind.
I sold
Ashton
my
knows.
Xbox recently, so and I have a PlayStation Portal, so I don't even own a PS5 technically.
Hey, you can get Birth by Sleep.
The PlayStation Portal is great.
One of the best systems of all time. I would say a close second,
hands down.
only behind the PS2.
Well,
Yeah, PS2 is amazing.
my top system is my Steam Deck, and then comes PlayStation Portal.
Okay,
So
I'll accept that.
I kind of regret not getting a Steam Deck when I had the chance. I really do.
It's
now
so
it
good.
costs you like a kidney, your left or your
Yeah.
right. whichever
Yeah.
one.
Because now I can't even find a Steam Deck anywhere. I either wait until they re-release the Steam Deck, or I get the I'm sorry, I'm having like a brain fart because I have a food coma right now. I just had dinner, but the Steam Cube thing that's like over $1,000.
Steam machine.
Without a controller.
Steam
Oh,
machine,
yeah,
thank you.
I think that's like sold out too, right?
Those did.
Oh,
sold
great.
out.
Yeah.
Sold out too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sold out.
it's a little over $1,000 with no controller. So yeah.
Yeah, even better. I would love a Steam machine with no controller.
Just use your mind to move it.
For $1,000, better do that.
I mean, the future is
That should
here
pay
and
my
now.
taxes,
I'd
too.
love to use my mind to move everything.
I wonder if I would be able to use a PlayStation Portal, because ultimately it is a controller at the end of the day.
You could if you believe in yourself.
Sony be mad weird about stuff. They don't want you to be. Sony is just like Nintendo. That's why they're very similar. They just look at things differently. Nintendo is willing to sue you for everything, and Sony picks and chooses. But they only allow you to have what they think you should have. So
Right, but it's never a good business. You know what? I could go on a rant because I lived through like 5 PlayStation Network hacks. So,
I mean, I might get us in trouble by saying this, but anything is possible with modding. So,
I mean, PC wise, the PC world.
I'm sorry,
everybody
Simon.
mods, so
I'm really
Listen,
sorry.
Steve
but-
doesn't care about
But-
PC, about modding.
PlayStation is also like very like proprietary with a lot of like the drivers as far as like their hardware is concerned. It's why it's like been very difficult up until like PS4 era to like even connect a controller into PC. You had to use like very like shady X input drivers essentially to even just get it in.
Mhm.
Like, even for the PC, you need like third-party apps just
Yeah.
to get it working.
Now with the PS5,
Actually,
they
doesn't
finally went
the PSP have Bluetooth connectivity?
To connect to other PlayStations.
Yeah, to connect to PlayStation stuff, but not necessarily.
You could barely connect it to a
PS3
Bluetooth headphones.
Mm-hmm.
They prefer you to use the Sony ones, so
nobody wants to use them pieces. Never mind.
Actually, I did have a PSP. It was the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep edition that my brother and I paid. That my brother and I split, and then for some reason he had the audacity to think, my sister doesn't want to keep it, and he just stole it, and he has it with him with his vintage collection of all the other games.
Oh,
And then I visited
this question.
And then I visited him one day. I'm like going, why did you take the PSP from me? He's like, because you didn't want to play with it anymore. I'm going, it's the Birth by Sleep edition. Of course I wanted to play with it, you idiot.
Are you older than him, or is he older than you?
He's older than me.
Oh, then it's older sibling.
Yeah, it's not that's it.
Which is why I got a Switch one day, and I brought it with me while I was visiting. It's like, oh, how about you leave it here with me, and I'll bring it back. I'm going, no, because you'll break it.
Yeah. All right. Oh my. Anyway, shout out to all the
So I guess
siblings.
we can talk a lot about PlayStation and Sony stuff. Haven't really talked too much about the Kingdom Hearts anime, however. That's also part of the announcement.
Yeah,
Sometimes
the Kingdom Hearts anime.
So
I remember when there was a Kingdom Hearts cartoon that was in development for America, and that actually got pulled because they were worried that it wasn't going to make enough views.
Yeah.
So it was actually really refreshing to see that an anime was going to be announced.
Yeah.
In the making.
Yeah. So for everybody who missed the earth-shaking news and missed your houses collectively almost collapsing from the screens of 1,000 excited Disney fans, Kingdom Hearts has officially announced an anime in conjunction with Disney. So added to that, not a lot is known right now, and we probably won't hear a lot more for another 10 years, even though I think it's slated to come out in 2027. However, people have been asking for this anime for a while. By people, I mean me and Bacon.
Yeah, no, it's been like over a decade now.
Yeah. So the really funny thing is Kingdom Hearts actually has a manga, which just covers the game stuff. But trying to do my Googles at the same time because, well, hyperventilating at how great this was. Everybody believes, and a lot of speculation is happening right now, which Kingdom Hearts community, we know that speculation is our lifeblood, that this manga is going to be in the past, not manga, sorry. The anime is going to be in the past covering a lot of the events of the Keyblade War and some of the Seekers of Darkness items. You know, that story that was told on a mobile game that nobody was able to play and they shut down.
Yep. RIP Missing Link. I was so close to being a beta tester too.
I just don't know how, I understand there's a lot of lore involved with Kingdom Hearts. But then again, there's a lot of lore and everything involved in so many other games that have come out that eventually had anime. Like the first ones that pop into my head are like, I'm a big Sega fan, so you had the Fantasy Star Online. They had an anime. And I think it was called The Animation. And then you also had, and that was all right. And then you had God Eater, which was weird because there was people who knew the game but didn't know there was an anime, or they knew the anime but didn't know there was a game. So
I knew about both, and both are kind of strong mediocre. Like they're the definition of like game anime for all the good and bad that term has. I'm
how good was Nier Automata?
The anime? I have a real simple
rule. The game is phenomenal.
Yeah, I have a real simple rule that's going to get thrown out for the Kingdom Hearts anime because I'm just going to let my bias fully show. If it's a video game first, especially a JRPG, I'm just going to assume the anime is trash because you can't, like, two amazing properties can't coexist, like, in different mediums. Like, the world has
the Sekiro anime is pretty lit.
I can confirm.
Wait a minute.
And then you have The World Ends With You anime, which was pretty.
They're going to be strong.
My biggest concern with this coming into fruition is for one, this is amazing that this is happening. But my biggest concern is how are they going to animate this? and who is going to animate this? Because we did one of my favorite adaptations of an anime is the Persona 4 anime. It's one of my favorite adaptations. And actually, and my all-time favorite adaptation is the Castlevania anime. Not anime, but like the Castlevania animated series is one of my favorite adaptations from like video game to animated feature to animated series. And the studio can really mess it up. The studio can really mess it up if they either just take the idea of the story and create their own story out of it, and it can go really great. That's what Castlevania is for. Or they can create their own visual idea, create their own visual that semi gives us an idea of how the visuals of the video game was, and kind of like visually communicates it to all the fans, but to newcomers of like people who've never played the game before. They're not kind of quite getting it. So like there's that too. And then
Here's
that
a
series
question.
but then that series will give us the One Punch Man season 3 treatment too. And
Here's a question though. If the anime is anything similar to Edge Runners, how would you rate that? Because Edge Runners was probably one of the best video games converted into an anime. So much so it got people to go back to the game. So
I think with Kingdom Hearts, if it touches Edge Runners, it's a win for the community. Just like I said, video game anime adaptations typically aren't good, and the other way around. Like Castlevania is probably like one of the few Edge Runners. Like more recent ones have been better, but that's when they were given the breath to explore a story. Or like in the case of Persona, where it's just like, hey, the story's already written for you, just animate it. Like do the same thing you did with the cutscenes. So, but I do think there's going to be a level of difficulty, because Kingdom Hearts, by admission, is a very complicated game series, to the point it crosses over itself. Its own logic kind of doesn't make inherent sense. Localization efforts have gone into kind of interrupting a cohesive story. We still love it, but I think when you have an anime you basically have like the anime where it's like, hey, if you're telling a single story of a Keyblade wielder, how does that impact Sora and the crew? How early is this? Because they've had this massive timeline where there's a lot you can add to it, but if you add more, you're just adding to a mess.
Yeah, and the animation may not even be about like the main character. It's probably not going to be about Sora. It's going to be like regarding a time like before he was even born, possibly. Like I don't know if they're going to like cut into the future where, okay, Sora's here, or are they going to go more like deeper into the lore about what happened in the past with like the original Keyblade warriors.
Yeah, I will say you do have to really be very creative, because one of the things is that's a common idea, actually, or misconception that a lot of people have. Like, you just animate the game. Games don't translate that well narratively into like animated series directly. A lot of it has to be like re-scripted in some way, and sometimes that changes how like the order of certain things has to be. A game translated to an animation could be a very short animation, because most games are very paper thin in story.
Yeah, the heavy lifting is you controlling the character.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just most of the time it's really spent like in like the cutscene. Most of the time it's just getting spent getting thrown around and wondering why isn't Donald Duck healing me, man.
I'll give you this, Cyborg. It's funny. I saw that you I think it was on Instagram, and you had somebody had put up I'm getting rid of Disney Plus, and then they were like, we're gonna release the Kingdom Hearts anime. They're like, all right, fine, you got me. Because
you got me.
I personally
it's like that with a lot of
don't
people.
use Disney Plus all that often, if at all. It's only when like something Marvel pops up, and it's hit or miss with the Marvel stuff. So I think there's a lot of people who are probably either thinking about getting Disney Plus, at least for the time frame that whenever this comes out, or B, just stay with it until it finally comes out. So
if they're smart, I hate to give this conglomerate's advice. They're not going to batch like just dump all episodes on the platform. They're going to do like, this is weekly viewing. The new episode drops like Fridays at 12. Oh my god, I know that's what they're going to do. I'm going to have to like pay for Disney Plus for 2 months more than I want to, even though I got rid of it earlier this year. But they got me because we fucking love this game series so much. But I do have to ask, with everything with this anime and how expensive it can be, what worlds do we think we're going to see? Because this is in conjunction with Disney, so I think Disney's like opening up the floodgates for this. So any worlds we're excited to see?
Animation.
Are we talking about worlds that we haven't seen in the other Kingdom Hearts games, or are you talking about revisiting certain worlds
any
that we've
worlds
seen
you're
in the Kingdom
excited?
Hearts worlds?
Because I got 2 that are clear yeses, and no, they're not Star Wars or Marvel related.
Thank God.
But are we talking about worlds that are going to be showcased in the anime or in the new game?
The anime.
In the anime.
The game always tends to lean towards the more recent ones, the more recent worlds, with the exception of like the Three Musketeers and Hunchback. But they're always going to like do the Disney big hits. So, like, do you guys want to hear my 2?
I honestly think they would go for ones that are more public domain friendly because, like, I don't know. Maybe like, I honestly think the Little Mermaid will definitely be there. I think Alice in Wonderland wasn't really maybe, but
definitely going to be in there.
What you say, Sam?
I'll tell you one that's definitely going to be in there. It's probably going to is Wicked. And is that a Disney property?
Wicked
That's
is not a Disney property.
Right?
No.
Wicked's not a Disney property. No.
Then it would probably be something along those lines then. So whatever is popular that they can animate relatively quickly, I could see them easily making into an anime.
I'd say like more whatever's current too, like they did with the last game.
I do realize that like Lilo and Stitch, actually Stitch himself is really, really popular in Japan, and I guarantee that he's gonna be animated in the Kingdom Hearts anime.
That's a good one. Shout out to Nikki, who's in the chat, who says Princess and the Frog. That was not on my bingo list, but that would be cool to see. I think they're going to put that in the game, in Kingdom Hearts 4 as the game.
I would say, yeah, the game too, because you know how like sorry for transitioning this to the game, but you know how like the new game's going to be like Coco, which is involved with the afterlife.
Yeah.
Like you also have the villain from the Princess Dog, who's like
Dr. Facilier,
involved with hell in a sense.
My friends on the other side are the Heartless.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Has there been multiple Disney characters in the same world?
What do you mean?
Like like if there's a situation like hypothetically like Hades from Hercules walking around, I don't know where he would like want to be up in, but Tarzan, for example.
Done, like in the first game where they had like the House of Villain-esque and the Hall of Bastion.
They would like the villains would team up, but to real obscure Kingdom Hearts lore, the worlds are treated as they're kind of different worlds, but also different dimensions. Where at one point in time they did the thing of all the worlds were just one big ball, and then the darkness exploded it. So
Shadow Man could definitely be like a long form villain.
Dr. Facilier.
I mean, they have like Maleficent.
Yeah, like a Maleficent type of role.
I need this anime to right a terrible wrong that Kingdom Hearts 3 failed on, and I know Kingdom Hearts 4 is going to fail on. We need Atlantis: The Lost Empire as a world to visit.
Yes.
And Treasure Planet and that is fully
everybody wants Treasure Planet.
Because
there's like not a soul I know that doesn't want Treasure Planet in Kingdom Hearts.
Here's why. In the announcement yesterday, they talked about how the Keyblade's going to be your mode of transportation for a lot, which has like now been a mainstay of like the series. The Keyblade like allowing you to transverse between worlds.
Okay.
Treasure Planet, if you remember, Jim had the hang glider. I'm just saying a Keyblade hang glider would kind of go crazy. Or Sora using the Keyblade as a skateboard, which he does, Ventus does. They oh, come on now. Y'all see the vision.
Mm.
I could see that. I could see that.
Disney has not treated these properties very well as far as like representing, so I would kind of bury that hope. I've long since buried that hope.
Also, the fact that it's airing on Disney tells you like it's gonna be like heavily Disney involved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is very.
What's the likelihood that like Zootopia might show up?
Honestly, I want to say no, but like there is a solid chance because Disney will always surprise you with what they allow them to use, especially with Zootopia 2 as a world. I would just think that knowing how Union Cross was executed, they kind of always went with like the more traditional storybook ones. So I can see Zootopia in the anime or in the game in Kingdom Hearts 4. But for the anime, I think they may go towards like something that mimics that storybook-esque like feel.
Turning Red, no.
Listen, there are with emotions. Turning Red has a chance to be in there.
It has a chance. I'm not saying it doesn't. So
no.
To me, like the only like Disney properties I've really seen recently, at least, I've seen Encanto and I've seen in the theater at least is Zootopia, Turning Red, and Encanto, and that's pretty much it.
I was thinking Encanto would be a good world for the video game, like just traversing through the house.
I don't think they're going to have
absolutely.
Encanto. I don't think they're going to have Encanto and Coco. I don't think they're going to do both.
Too much of like a cultural thing, I guess.
It feels a little bit like
I think it's because Encanto came out like really like Encanto came out like in the 2020s, and I think by that time like Kingdom Hearts 4 was already in development. So
yeah, but
they already had their eyes. They already had their eyes. They already have their eyes on like Coco already for the game, that is. But for the anime, they could put Encanto in the anime.
Yeah, but to my knowledge, Square Enix does have a deal with Disney that they do get heavy NDAs. They do get Square Enix doesn't get to look at the books and say like, what are your properties in development that we can like code around? Because we know the big rumor that's basically not a rumor but still a rumor of the developers for Kingdom Hearts 3 got to see Frozen, which is why the Frozen level of Kingdom Hearts 3 is so trash, because they saw the first version of the script where Elsa's the evil snow queen and developed around that. They changed the story to make her good, and you didn't have enough time to like redesign it, which is why when you go into the game, it's a very like forgettable one. And the rumors of like, data mining enough, you see her throne room has kind of like the boss area feel to it versus just another traversal area. So
I mean, Kingdom Hearts 4 might be a break from what they normally would do in regards to downloadable content, because they don't normally do that, but I can see them easily doing that nowadays, especially.
I mean, compared to what they did with Kingdom Hearts 3, though, where the only DLC they offered, they made it like the price of like a full game.
Yeah, then they just re-released it in a package. I can see downloadable content. I would just be really sad that if they did make it downloadable content, I would be really, really upset if it was critical to the story. Where it's like, Kingdom Hearts is just, we all know it's a series that like every time someone breathes in the game, it impacts like the overall story, because it's like, oh, his breath went and turned into a Heartless that then killed the nobody of this other guy who's the bad guy 4 games from now.
But if you're a real fan, you're willing to break that paywall.
Stop the norm. Stop that. That should not be the norm.
I have bought these games 4 times over.
To know how we feel about that.
I'm not saying you have to be a whale. I'm just saying that you should be able to break that paywall.
Listen,
no.
I did find a list of ways that you can easily stock your predictions for like which is going to show up, and it's basically on like which movies are actually upcoming. because I didn't realize this, but Coco's is coming out with a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay. That
In a few
Yeah.
years. That also probably means that we're probably going to end up getting Frozen, because Frozen is also coming. Moana, probably, possibly Zootopia,
I was thinking Moana, definitely.
and Incredibles, hopefully.
The
Incredibles
Incredibles
3.
will be interesting.
I don't know about Zootopia, because didn't the most recent Zootopia movie come out within the last 5 years?
Yeah.
They got another Zootopia coming in the pipeline.
What's
Yep.
that, like
They're trying to
3 or
make it
4
like the
now?
Matrix.
All right.
Oh, I was gonna say this while you guys were talking about Frozen a little bit, but the Frozen 3 movie has a new antagonist coming in that also has ice powers, and it kind of borrows from the idea. It kind of borrows from the idea where originally Elsa was going to be the evil Snow Queen, and so they're kind of taking that idea and they're going to have Elsa kind of verse an evil person that has ice powers. So
Are they gonna have? Oh, Iceman's going to be in it.
I don't know.
They're both Marvel, Disney.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I will stand on this. This probably is
Star
an
Wars
outlier
Bobby Drake
take.
fan.
Probably.
I don't think Star Wars and Marvel should be included in Kingdom Hearts.
The only thing I would say that should be
No, they
included is
shouldn't.
DLC, where it's you could get Captain America's shield for Goofy. Thor's
Okay, yeah,
hammer, but
that-
only as DLC content.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
level I'll accept.
For DLC content for sure.
But actual worlds, I'm just
No.
it
No.
feels like you're
We don't need
bloating
that.
it.
I feel like Darth Vader would be a great Kingdom Hearts villain. I've always felt that
No.
way. I felt like they would easily
No.
work very well.
I
guys don't
I
wanna
can
see-
imagine. I can imagine the classic Luke. I am your father. No, and then Goofy going Gorge.
So wait,
You're
you guys don't want to see the
You're
24th
Gorge.
version of Doom in Kingdom Hearts. You don't want to see that.
no, because
No.
if Sora's going to
Okay.
be my friends are my power, and then Doom's cool, here's a laser. I'm saying that as a person who loves Doctor Doom, put respect on his PhDs, and Sora. But we're going to transition real quick to actually talking about some of the things that were announced instead of our speculation. So, who here has ever been wronged by Donald not fucking hailing you?
Hey.
Good. We finally get to our revenge because Donald and Riku are now rumored to be playable characters.
Same with Goofy.
And Goofy too. Oh my
Same as
God.
Goofy.
Yeah, but Goofy's actually useful under the AI.
Mhm.
So yesterday at D23, Cleo Thomas from Holes fame and also Mr. Everywhere at Once, he hosted the big panel, right? And 2 days ago, we got the one minute trailer. Yesterday, we got a full 4-minute trailer of Kingdom Hearts goodness with
Yeah.
Coco. Which also fuck Ernesto de la Cruz. When I see him in the game, it's up. I'm going to send you to the beyond for what you did to Mama
Also-
Coco. But
Also, forget Paper Mario. We got Paper Mickey now.
yeah, Paper Mickey.
Yeah.
This, if we weren't scared
Paper
of Disney
3D
shutting us
sculpture
down.
Mickey. Put it that as well.
Also, very hyper realistic graphics. This is what's his name? I keep on saying Zigbar. I forgot the actual name. Spoiler alert. Sorry if you didn't finish Kingdom Hearts 3.
Break.
Yeah, Break.
It's break.
I just always know him as Zigbar and getting shot by him in Kingdom
Yeah.
Hearts 2. That sniper view.
Somebody's Zigbar.
Anyway, yeah, it's packed, but we get multiple playable characters. Are you guys excited to play as Riku? Which it feels like they're probably going to let
Yes.
us do a full scale
I love
level.
playing him Dream Drop Suspense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I loved his moments in Kingdom Hearts 3 where he becomes playable, but just for a few battles.
Yeah, I'd love to see him a Riku that you can actually kind of build and decide where you can focus him.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Not counting the 3 Dream Drop Distance one. So that kind of felt a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, it does oftentimes feel like they give us taste of the lore out of these characters who are in lore supposed to be better fighters than Sora, which kind of is always weird, but then their abilities are always very slanted. I just remember Kingdom Hearts 2, you die enough, you get to use Mickey as a character. And he was real interesting to use, but do you guys think that they're going to like let us have full customization of the characters we use? So like, say you're using Donald, which we know for at least a good portion of the game is going to be separated from Sora. Do you think we're going to like fully be able to customize what he can do, how they level up, and like make them basically our own unique characters? Or do you think this is just going to be locked into?
They
I'd like
have
to believe
to.
so.
They have to,
It
because
feels
you can't.
so. It feels very weird playing like. I don't know how to express this, but it just feels very weird. Like you're customizing Sora throughout the entire journey, but then when you start playing as like Riku and Kairi and Ventus and Shion and like all the other characters through like all the other games, and like as you mentioned, Bacon, like by lore standards, they're like as powerful as Sora, but you play as them, but you don't have but you haven't customized them throughout the game. So it just
like,
feels
the
kind of
shortcuts are
weird
really
playing
hard in
them.
3.
Yeah, exactly.
You could customize the shortcuts, but like it comes like set, and it's just different than how everybody sets it up.
Yeah, which is why I said that I really loved playing as Riku in Dream Drop Distance, because I customized him in that game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like you probably can to a point. Like maybe they'll let you like select like what skills they could use,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as like weapons and equipment as well. But
yeah.
I just think the main thing is just trying to like account for like playstyle, because like Kingdom Hearts in general has not that varied of like a playstyle, or it's a playstyle that's typically very like friendly to a like action like playstyle. And if they switch it to someone like like Donald, who his playstyle theoretically would be for like spellcaster and probably a lot less like intuitive if you prefer like a more like hack and slash like style, that's going to not be very fun. So they're going to probably have to find like some way to like account for that.
yeah, well, I mean, it's not just going to be like casting fireball every 2 seconds, because I know, like, I even think in the trailer it even showed like in his like commands, like the different things he does, like whether it's like the flare blitz
way
and
different
everything
than
he's done in the
healing.
past.
Way different
Yeah.
than healing.
And then when he does kill you, he uses a fucking item.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
You're
Goofy.
a wizard.
Forget you. It's just goofy.
You're a wizard. I'm sorry. I'm traumatized. So many Coliseum fights. I will heal him, and he immediately 2 minutes later. Wah!
You know what? For his defense, he does heal you, but only after you healed yourself.
I still have trauma from when I was facing Zigbar in 2, and I'm like just like this close to beating him, and like and like Donald's like right here about to heal me, and like I die. And I'm like, fuck you, Donald. Screw you, Donald.
You know what? It's funny because I remember I've said before, I only played the first 2 games, and I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, and other games along those lines in regards to Square Enix. But when it comes down to like Kingdom Hearts, I'm not the biggest fan, mainly because I'm just not a fan of Disney like that. So like I've told people before on multiple occasions, whenever I see like a Disney movie, especially the old school ones, like your classic Disney movies, I always just get restless and angry. So because when I was growing up, what happened? So when I was growing up, when I wanted to go outside, play basketball, that kind of thing. But when it rained, they brought us all into the auditorium, and then they would force us to watch Disney movies. So that's where my anger and animosity comes from. So that's why, and to this day, I just don't mess with Disney movies.
Mike is
unless it's
walking.
like, The Incredibles, Zootopia, something like that. But if it's like traditional, like Little Mermaid, that kind of stuff, nah. I'm like, it comes on, I'm walking out the door. I'll play pickleball. I don't care. I'll go out there and do something.
That's great. Okay. So I have to ask, with you being more of a Final Fantasy fan, How do you feel about the new art direction, which is leaning towards a way more hyper realistic depiction, which is probably closer to the closest we've ever gotten Final Fantasy? How do you feel about that?
I don't really have an issue with it actually, because more and more games kind of go that direction, even though there are some games that actually surprisingly go the route that Square Enix is coming from. But if you've played a lot of their games, you could see like naturally it was going to go in that direction. You know what? It kind of reminds me of like GTA, where GTA 3 and then it gradually got to 6, even though 6 still seems a little off. But the way I'm looking at it is in regards to like this new game and even the newer Final Fantasy games, it's going to look more realistic, but it's still going to have that Final Fantasy like flair to it. So as long as they don't go totally off the beaten path, I think most Final Fantasy fans would have no real issue with it.
Yeah, there's got to be like a degree of stylization. That's kind of like part of it, because the big part of the Final Fantasy brand is you have all these different like monsters that may not translate as well, like realistically, like
Yeah.
the photorealistic, Moogle. As it slowly gets closer to that, it can be very unsettling.
And it's not like
Thank
like
you.
Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter, as long as they don't go down that route, I'm perfectly fine.
Well,
I'm
Kingdom
not
Hearts
saying
is
anything's
kind
wrong with
of-
Monster Hunter, honestly, but it's just different types of art styles. That's all.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is kind of going towards that, like especially when it comes to like certain bad guys. Like in the trailers, you see like the big monster known as Darkseid, which
Mhm.
he's been in the first one, but like now he looks like more detailed, more realistic compared to the first game.
I think that works for it a little bit, because with Atacolum being like the world where like that's basically a fucking Final Fantasy like rough draft world, if we're being honest, and it's supposed to be the hub world too.
Quadratum almost looks like a Final Fantasy world in a sense.
I like that style. Also, I kind of like the hints in the trailer that they have a competent task force to respond to threats. Because if you look at the trailer, you can see like Sora's fighting them, and he's with the two other characters, and like they have like basically the police show up behind them, ready to also fight these creatures. I'm like, oh, thank God, they're a world with competent threats, like threat defense. But the art style is going to get me. I can't wait for this, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm kind of going to look forward to the day that Kingdom Hearts probably doesn't give us a ton of Disney and gives us like this super intricate like Final Fantasy-esque story. Like I feel like that'd be a cool ending, especially where we're at now.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be a better game if they just like go with their own original design instead of just like relying on Disney and Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think they can't leave that, because otherwise it'd be just like every other property they have in their arsenal.
I know they can't leave, but I'm just saying like make it like minimal.
Yeah,
but the whole original stuff than
the whole purpose of Kingdom Hearts is that it's a crossover between the two properties. So if they were to go less with Disney and more with Square Enix, you might as well just call it some other, Final Fantasy or some other kind of game. Yeah. So that's why they have to kind of they can scale it back a little bit here and there, but it has to be there.
Like, I'm not just saying like get rid of it entirely.
I think for me,
I do want to mention that the designer for the characters for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy is also the creator for The World Ends With You.
Yeah.
So
I guess
you could tell that.
Yeah, I guess
I'm sure that's something that he can figure out.
What I meant by that is more of this story. The entire Kingdom Hearts story always starts with like the journey of like we're trying to find our friends. So I think there is kind of a fun thing where maybe me saying like Disney's less involved, but like we go back to that focus of, hey man, I'm just a visitor to this place, and we're trying to like go on this big adventure. Because I think the best parts of Kingdom Hearts, and Disney is just like the complement to this, are like those heartfelt moments where it's super realistic, right? Like, we all kind of shed a tear when we said, "Hey, Sora, you're lucky. My summer break is over." Like, that hurt, but that was a real, like, human moment.
Yeah.
And then immediately having Goofy in that scene would have made, like, just taking the air out of the sails of it. So I think it's kind of
that's why they're outside.
Yeah. George, not healing us. But no, not healing from the emotional damage. But I guess it's more of like maybe getting to a balance of, I don't know how they do this, especially with like Sora having grown so much. I think Birth by Sleep does it well. The original did, and Dream Drop Distance do it well, where it's just like we're not forced to go to these Disney worlds. We're going here on as like pit stops in a larger journey. And I wouldn't be angry if Kingdom Hearts 4 Sora spends a ton of time in Atacolum at first, and we get to experience the other worlds through like Riku, Donald, and Goofy as they're trying to search for Sora, like flip the script a little bit.
Yeah. Also, I like the fact that Kingdom Hearts like does the Disney worlds based off of like the theme that's going on between the main characters.
Yeah.
Like with everything that happened after 3, where you think he died, of course he'd be in the Coco's world. And that's kind of why I liked the Hercules world and Birth by Sleep, because the whole theme of that is the fact that it's a prequel. So they had Hercules back during his training days and not when he's already a true hero.
Which is great. Also, shout to Zach being in there. That made me so happy.
Yeah, Zach Fair. Instead of Cloud Strife, Zach Fair.
So as long as, in coming from the Final Fantasy side of the world, or the Square Enix side, as long as the main characters who are guys still look like girls, we're good.
Oh, that's a given. You have to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a given.
And who can't buckle a belt to save their life.
Yeah. Also, I need triple the amount of zippers. I need the zippers.
Well, I mean, ask Tetsuya Nomura about that. Unfortunately, Disney kind of asked him, "Hey, can you like lay a little bit out on the zippers, please? We'd really appreciate it. We would like more flannel, though."
And then I was about to say, for 3 is like more plaid. We need more plaid.
More plaid.
We need more plaid and flannel over zippers. We'd really appreciate that. Lay a little bit on the chains, though, and zippers.
Like the side characters, that Hainer guy, more plaid.
Even more plaid. Okay. As we're gonna break this close, I do have to ask, because I don't know if you all feel this way, but I thought Kingdom Hearts 3 was a little bit underwhelming, but like it's hard to live up to expectations. I want to see what gameplay mechanic do you think is mandated to be in Kingdom Hearts 4? Like,
this is where my Keyblade comes in, because this is why I came into this live stream. Okay, all right. I need a place to like position this right now, because I'm like, okay, all right. The gameplay was amazing. I love the gameplay for 3. I love it so much. Yeah, Steve, turn off the camera. You don't want to see this. I really love the gameplay for 3. And I loved how the interactions between Donald, Goofy, and Sora were in 3. Like it has improved a lot compared to how little corny it was in 2 and 1, because like it was the 2000s. What do you expect? But like Kingdom Hearts 2 was like hands down like the best gameplay of all time for the PS2. Like nothing can beat that. Nothing will ever beat anything for the PS2. But the one thing that was very underwhelming about 3 and made me really question myself as a fan was how the game ended. And because we had a lot of buildup as fans on who the villain was and what his motivations were as the villain, and the fact that like he can just kind of like kind of give up on all of his motivations just because of the power of friendship.
But that's also the most Disney Kingdom Hearts ending. It's both the worst but the best. It's like, yeah, that does make sense for the story we've been told so far. I'm
just like going, no, Yoda, what the fuck, Yoda? That's not how you do this, fam. That's not how you do this. This is not how this goes, fam. This is not what you do. And so I'm just like going, nope, okay, all right, no, I see, Sora, I wanted to get the Halloween Town figure. No, I don't want to get it anymore. I'm done. I'm done now, man. I'm done. Out of here.
Wait a minute, what was your question in regards to?
It was what gameplay mechanic would you like to see? Because Kingdom Hearts 3, one of the big complaints.
How about the
Kingdom
gameplay? How about no gameplays where there's no folding hands on the power of friendship? That would be great.
Then you don't want Kingdom Hearts. It's literally the meme of
Yeah, I'm about to
that's
say
literally the whole entire thing.
yeah,
But
it's the meme of like he wants a pizza.
There
We'll hold the
there should be-
tomatoes.
then there should be a more creative way of how to handle that than just having the most anticipated villain of the entire series just fold hands on the power of friendship. There should be a more creative way of doing it than just like being like, what have I done? What am I doing? Why am I doing? Bae, I love you. I give up. Let's be friends together. There's got to be a creative way to do that than just like immediately give up in the final 30 minutes, 10 minutes of the game. Like it was rushed. It was absolutely rushed.
They had like 20 years to get it done. Steve, Mike, what about you guys?
I would have to
make you lay down, and I will shut up. Proceed with your conversation.
There's a lot more secret boss fights. I always felt like that was probably like one of the most fun things with the Kingdom Hearts, both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. Especially really like the Scarab secret boss fight a lot. So that's the big thing that I really like that. And hopefully not have that get kept behind a DLC like was the case with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even a DLC. It was just they had like one secret boss, and he was actually really easy to fight.
Yeah, it was not very like I didn't even know he was supposed to be like that kind of like a secret boss. Who actually had like a special like lose condition. It's just like, oh, you put a lot of work for a condition that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you might.
And I will mention that I know that Kingdom Hearts 3 took a very long time to make, but like still.
Shoot, Mike.
I don't know. I would probably have to play Kingdom Hearts 3 and then get Kingdom Hearts 4. But if Kingdom Hearts 4 did everything that you guys want Kingdom Hearts 4 to do, but for me, plus aspects of Dark Cloud, I probably might have to get that. For people who don't know what Dark Cloud is, that came out on PlayStation 2, the original Dark Cloud, where it was like the world was, you had to reform the world yourself. I to some extent, people didn't like that out of like Fallout 4 when you had to make your own base and all of this stuff. People hated that. But I'm more inclined to like, if you were to mix an aspect of, what is that Disney game that they have that's like Animal Crossing, but Disney. And just have a little bit of that. Yes. Not a theme park, but make your own little like area in the world.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I played that for like
Toontown.
That's what it is.
I don't know if that was it.
But it's along the lines, I'm thinking more like Dark Cloud versus it's along those lines.
Maybe I made this up, or maybe I remember seeing this amongst like huge amounts of speculation, but I think like you do have an apartment in Atacolum, or the hub world that you do return to. Like Sora legit gets his own place.
Yeah, he does in the like when you do beat Kingdom Hearts 3, he does have his own place, and
or add some like Schedule 1 like stuff to it.
Yeah. And I don't know what Marluxia's name is when Marluxia becomes a somebody before he becomes a nobody, but what I know from like the lore, that girl that Sora teams up with in Kingdom Hearts 4, That's canonically Marluxia's somebody's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all from the cell phone games.
Yeah, the cell phone games.
Remember,
And
the thing they
that's who he meets
discontinued
first.
that's critical to the story.
Yeah.
Would you think having a party swap similar, even like GTA 5, versus having to go through menus and swapping characters out?
I think I do enjoy Kingdom Hearts where you get a lot of party combination, especially because like one of the reaction commands are.
But you have to go through
mean,
menus to swap.
They might do like
out.
3 where they just include everybody now.
In all honesty, well, okay, so you just give me a third thing. So like, I'm going to build off that, Tim. If they do that big party swap, I would like a level of like actual team based cohesion and building. So like in the first game, if you had the walkthrough, it always advised you to keep Donald in the party, even though Donald was like canonically the worst character, but it kept you because like you would need him to level up with you for the rest of the game. So they always advise you keep Donald in and forget the Disney characters. But in 3, it left everybody there. But I would like for this one, if we can, and it looks like they're probably going to lean towards the 3 route. If you do have to switch party members, I would like each party member to really feel unique, like you have to weigh something. Like you have to weigh a choice of like, if I'm swapping Goofy out, I'm losing a tank, but I'm making up for that with having like advanced firepower if Hercules is there, or like that sort of thing. Like make the party choices feel actually impactful. And the second thing I want them to bring back the thing that they had in Birth by Sleep, which I think made Birth by Sleep arguably my favorite fight system in the game. And that was the spell crafting. Like if nobody ever played Birth by Sleep, they had a component where
I remember that
you could fuse spells together to make new spells. Like obviously there was like essentially a preset list, and I always remember this build from Terra. I had Terra so cracked that was the strength based character, but I had him dealing poison fire damage with like the dark flame. I was like, oh, if he's going to be the evil guy, we're going full into evil. I was unleashing dark volleys of flame. I want them to bring that back because I think there's a level of like fun with that really makes Sora feel unique, because there's a cap on how creative you can get with Sora in all these games. Like why are we just doing like Keyblade switching? Like no, let's fully customize them. And the last thing I want is I actually want difficult boss battles. I want the type of boss battle where I don't want to leave my seat, even though I really have to pee and have had to pee for the last 10 minutes, but I'm too afraid of losing my the seat feeling, and that's gonna throw me off. I have had to die on this guy 17 times, and I just need to walk away until the next time I can play again. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 was...
So you want more lingering will battles, you're saying?
Yes. Kingdom Hearts 3 was kind of like too easy. I don't know if it's because they gave us too many options that were always available, so we always had like an out, whether that's like, the attraction flow, which is going to heal you once you use it, or it does so much splash damage, you're locking the boss in, or like, the weapons change, so I can force heal myself without wasting magical energy. That sort of thing.
Yeah. I'm also kind of hoping for the next game, like the difficulties. It's fine. The difficulties actually feel difficult, because I remember like when Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out, even Proud Mode seemed easy to beat until he introduced critical mode, which that's like, oh, you want something harder? Fine. Here's that. And it's just the first boss kills you automatically.
Oh yeah, that's right. Which form in 2 did you guys use the most?
Wisdom. Wisdom was the Donald form, because that gave me long range shooting.
Wisdom was great.
Yeah.
Wisdom was great. Wisdom was great. For some reason, I would always use his shadow form the most. I don't know why. I always liked how agile he was, and out of all of the forms, like my brain was the most comfortable to trigger the most. But final form and a shadow form, I would always use the most. Which one was the yellow one again? Because it's been such a long time. Master
form. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, those were so good. I miss his forms. I miss his forms a lot.
Yeah, the drives were good in the second game.
Mm-hmm.
I really like to try to mess around with and try to get anti-form activated whenever I could. That was probably like my favorite one.
Well, I know for Final Mix, if you equip a Keyblade called 2 becomes 1,
Yep.
no matter what drive you use, you turn into anti-form.
Listen, it's always fun. All right.
This sounds like chemistry.
I was actually thinking to myself, when you guys were talking about the parties, like just like really quickly, because I know we're running out of time. Were there any party members that had like better magic stats than Donald?
I think they were always like a one level above you. Magic specifically, I can't remember. Beast no, Hercules no,
It depends on the character, because I know Jack Skellington, he used like Blizzard to like freeze your enemies for fear,
which makes sense because he was always in the lab. He was always in the lab doing lab experiments with Sally. Oh my gosh. But there were so many characters that were doing attacks that I couldn't even tell if like, are there any characters that do enough magic in this game? It's like one thing that I would definitely ask for is like more characters that can do more magic. So that way they can like be doing some healing, I guess. So they can heal me.
Yeah. All right. Okay. But considering it's getting late, I want to thank everybody who was able to join. I want to thank you guys, the lovely guests, for participating in this Kingdom Hearts discussion. We are going to wrap up and see y'all later.